Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. My name is Olhakade, I'm a composer, and today we're going to be checking out 17's Killing Voice performance. This has been an insanely popular request in the comments. It's actually the first time we're checking out 17 on the channel, but these guys have a lot of fans. I'm seeing requests for this performance under TVXQ videos, B2B videos, Excel videos. So these guys have a lot of fans out there, including me. I'm somewhat familiar with them. I don't know all the members' names or anything like that, but I have saved a few of their songs to my playlist. I don't know the titles, but I will know the tunes. So if a song comes up in this set list that I've heard already, I'll tell you. But we're going to be doing a musical analysis of every song. Let's just dive right in.
네, 인사드리겠습니다. 서든.
I had no idea there were so many of them. I know they're called 17, but is there 17 members? 10, 11, 12, 13, okay. I know they've been going for a while, so maybe the 4 other members left since, but that is crazy. I didn't know that the group name was so literal, and maybe they never had 17 members, but yeah, I'm just still taken aback by how many guys we have here. You know, normally when I do Killing Voices and I don't know the names, I refer to them by number, but even in this case, I think that's going to be kind of hard because I'm literally going to have to count every time I have a comment to make, but we'll see how it goes.
안녕하세요, 세븐틴입니다. 야, 반갑습니다. 네, 딩고 킬링 보이스에 저희 세븐틴 왔는데요. 오늘 아주 신나게 놀다 가도록 하겠습니다. Let's go. 가보겠습니다. Let's go. Ayo.
Okay, I know this. This is Adore You, right? Yeah. This is one of my favorite songs by them. It's so good.
You know what? 요즘 말야 내가 좀 이상해 말수가 적어져 친구들이 다 걱정해 네 앞에만 서면 심장이 뛰어서 행동이 서툴러서 미안해 아직도 조절이 안돼 나 갖고 놀지 좀 말래 뭐 자꾸 프런트 하는 건데 모르겠다 어떻게든 되겠지 오케이 다음 곡은 만세
Okay. Great start so far. We're moving along from that song faster than I anticipated. I thought we might get the chorus there, but I really like this song because, I don't know, just the way it incorporates a really juicy groove with some distorted guitars and with that whispered hook. It's such a cool and clever mix of sounds that it's sort of euphoric to me. It gives a very euphoric, satisfying musical experience. And of course, paired with their clean vocals in the verses is just so awesome. I'm sorry, but I can barely tell who I just witnessed singing there because there's so many faces on screen. I think it was number 5 there. He sounded really good. But yeah, it's going to take a few songs for me to get a grasp on all of these faces. But as far as that first brief clip went, I really enjoyed it. Now, I don't think I know this next song that just got introduced, so let's see.
오케이 다음 곡은 만세 Let's go 그녀를 노래서 내가 한번 찍었으면 yeah I gotta say
I do know this song too. This actually might be my favorite song by them. This is Manse. This song is so catchy.
너만 여주가 돼좀 이거 명작품 Let's go 손 빛이 절절해 말 한마디가 내기가 왜 힘이 듭니까 아버지도 어머니께 이랬습니까 뚝뚝한 내가 이제 평소에도 날 걱정해 길을 걸을 때 baby 위험하니까 꼭 안쪽으로 걸어 잠깐 소녀야 절대 넌 다른 사람에게 녹지 마 내가 질투나잖아 잠깐 소녀야 지금부터 널 내 거라고 부를 거야 소심해 더 세심한 girl 이제부터 나를 봐줘 만세를 만세 yeah 만세를 만세 yeah 볼 때면 마세라 마세라 마세 yeah 마세라 마세라 마세 yeah 마세라 마세라 마세 yeah 매일 너를 꿈꾸지
You know what? There's all of these. I'm like stammering over myself. So I don't know if you've ever heard of the cheerleader effect, but it's basically when there's so many people together that they all seem collectively so much more attractive. And that's sort of what I'm getting with them. They're so charming. That guy in the middle there, he's quite a cutie. I don't know what his name is, but I know the guy on the far right is Mingyu, and he is known for being quite phantasmagorical. But anyway, I'm getting distracted. Musically though, this song is great. I think the energy of the chorus is so punchy and catchy, and it's such a creative chorus, the way it's sort of da 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 da. Like, I love how it descends and then there's a little leap there at the end to sort of wake you up. Very catchy, such a catchy chorus. I will say that compared to the studio version of this song, I was expecting a little bit more high energy in the vocal performance of this chorus, because it is very much sort of a yelled out rowdy chorus, and the way it was delivered here was a little timid for me, although I do understand that, I guess because there's so many mics set up and there's so many voices, they don't want to blow out the mics, so I guess I understand that to an extent, and there's not a whole lot of room to jump around because there's so many of them. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this song. I like the little funky guitar licks. The rapping was also really clean, so impressive, so groovy, super impressed. Let's move on to the next track. Also, regarding that song, yeah, so I hate to keep going off on this chorus, but I just really like it, and I just have one more point to make about that chorus. During that little final leap, there's a little orchestra hit on there. An orchestra hit basically it's usually actually a digital sound that replicates the sound of an orchestra just kind of going boom, you know, and you can hear it there on the little there's the orchestra hit. Okay, well, the orchestra hit was slightly after the beat that time, which is actually really creative too. So it's a song with a lot of cool little interesting details going on. Lovely.
네, 다음 곡은요. 저희 세븐틴에게 첫 1위를 안겨준 아주 소중한 앨범의 타이틀곡 예쁘다인데요. 이걸 보시는 모든 분들 예쁘다.
감기에는 약 배고프면 밥 너에는 나처럼 사전에 널 찾으면 하루 종일 돼
I don't know this one, but I like it.
그렇단 말이야 근데 오늘은 대체 어떻게 해야 돼 인터넷에 다 물어볼까 I don't know 어떤 옷도 어떤 거 Yeah baby come on 우릴 이렇게 나이 볼걸 우리 서로를 선택했고 난 단위로 집중해 널 볼 땐 나 숨이 제할 것만 같아 평소엔 안 그런데
Okay, I lied. I do know this one as well. Damn, I know more songs from them than I anticipated. This is a cute one. I like it. So it occurred to me during the song that I'm not talking about each guy's voice individually. Again, it is just a matter of I need to hear everyone sing a bit more for me to really point things out and know what I'm talking about. Like, I can't even pick a favorite voice so far. They all sound great. The fella second from the left here sounded quite unique. Definitely a higher tone, I think, than the other guys so far, even though a lot of them have quite high voices. They're all very charismatic performers. They all look like they're having a good time. I can't take my eyes off this guy in the middle in the striped sweater. He is very, very handsome. What is his deal? Because he actually doesn't seem to have that many parts. He seems to be kind of very blasé and cool about it. So I'll be interested to see if he has some notable vocal moments. I am noticing actually that the guy in the grey suit jacket is giving me sort of leader vibes. He's taking the spotlight quite a bit. He's talking for the group a lot. He's also a great singer. He has a lot of verses. So does the guy in the black jacket on the far left. Both of them, I'm really enjoying their voices. So I'm suspecting that we'll be hearing a lot more from them too as we go on. I also need to comment on this song stylistically. Let me just go back a little bit. I like how the guy in the background there with the long hair bleached, he is very funny. He seems like he has a good sense of humor, and he kind of plays with the camera, sort of invites you into the song to have a good time and have a laugh. This song, I don't like it as much as the first two, but it's very much identifiably their sound. It's always an upbeat, day lifting, happy bubblegum vibe almost, but it sort of stops short of being overly cheesy or cheap sounding because the compositions are actually quite deep and complex. The melodies are elaborate without being obnoxious, if that makes sense. Like, I hear so many different influences in this music. There's hints of R&B, there's hints of jazz and stuff. Actually, now that I think about it, a lot of this music has some mainstream Japanese pop vibes too. I'm saying that because I recently reacted to some Kenshi Yonezu and Fujikaze, and there's hints of that style in this music. It's a very cool style. It's approachable, but it has depth, again, in the melodies and the moods. Even though we are staying a lot in the lighter mood, there's little moments where it dips into a bittersweet vibe with some minor chords that is really touching. Really great songwriting, I have to say. I'm reminded now of why I've saved all these songs to my playlist and why they caught my ear in the first place. Let's continue.
네, 다음 곡은 어쩌나입니다. 근데
예.
이쯤 돼서 저는 슈아의 재롱을 보고 가고 싶은데요.
재롱?
네, 삼행시 한번 보고 갈까요?
어쩌나
한번
좋아요.
가볼까요? 하나, 둘, 셋.
어쩌면 하나
둘, 셋, 저.
저 멀리서 좋아
하나, 둘, 셋, 나.
실패 나의 밤은 딥딥 켜져 있는 TV 시끄럽지 내 맘처럼 넌 대체 어떠한 이유로
내 맘을 껐다 켰다 네 멋대로인지
그게 싫다는 게 아니고 No no no
혹시 니가 너무
할까봐 걱정돼서 그렇지 내 맘이 그래
나는 너며 네 노버도 너는 마치 지도 빛 없는 summer yeah 너는 여친 내가 느껴봤던 쓸쓸함의 온전 네 생각에 잠 못 자다가 보면 오전
일어나면 어쩌나 너나 봐도 네가 나 생각나 너는 내게 유일한 어쩌나
난 어쩌나
Hey
그대를 어쩌나 너 때문에 난 이제 어쩌나
배고픈 매일 네가 좋은 걸 어쩌나
그대는 어떤가 나 때문에 잠들기 힘들까
쓸데없이 설레게 하면 어쩌나
That was a great song. I really liked it. It kind of bopped along with just some really fun vocal melodies, really good vocal performances, especially from Grey Suit Jacket. A very catchy chorus. Na, 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 na. Like, that's going to be stuck in my head all day. Yeah, this group is just so good for the feel-good bops. And if you've watched the channel for a while, you'll know that my style usually goes more towards darker sounds and darker atmospheres, but there's something about the way that they approach the feel-good sounds that is so interesting and fun to my ears, and I really appreciate that about them.
네, 이 곡은 저희의 OST 곡인데요. 이번 차트 1위를 했던 곡이죠.
1위를 한 곡인데 호시 얼굴에는 고민이 가득하네요. 왜 그런 거죠?
형, 나 사실
아주 어릴 때 고민했지 난 내 맘 알아줄 누가 있을까
사랑이란 건
얘기 난 걸까 내 저기 쓰는 대체 누가 가져가버릴 텐가
I don't know what to do 어디 시작해 청춘이라 어쩌고 그딴 말은 필요해 You don't give a F about 여느 고딩 같은 내게 Till I take a test 평가받는 게 지겨워 wanna be with my friend 지금
내 옆을 보면 내 옆에 서 있는 네 모습에 난 용기를 얻어 너의 마음을 나에게 말해줘 나에게 말해줘 나에게 말해 18 돌아오지 않을 이 순간을 너에게 오래 18 지금 이 시간이 This might be my everything everything everybody say
I see. I think that song was actually pretty good. I don't think it was on the same level as the previous songs we've heard. It shared a lot of the same traits, a nice bouncy groove, good vocal performances. I just felt the melodies here were repetitive in a way that didn't speak to me as much. The sort of whoa is kind of common in pop music. Sort of made it sound a bit more generic to me. However, I did really like this guy's rap, the guy with the deep voice.
I don't know what to do 어디 시작해 청춘이라 어쩌고 그딴 말은 필요해 You don't give a F about 여느 고딩 같은 내게 Till I take a test 평가받는 게 지겨워 wanna be with my friend 지금
Yeah, that's insanely clean melodic rapping. Because he started off in a more, I guess, dirty rap that didn't really contain melody. It was more like spoken, yelled. And then he dipped into a lower register where there was a melody flowing as he was rapping, insanely clean. There could be some post-production on that to help out with the tuning and the rhythm of that. But on the other hand, of course, this is a vocal part that he's been practicing and performing for years. So I'll just let the cynical side of myself go there for a second and take that part at face value and just enjoy it.
네, 다음 곡은 정규 3집에 수록곡 스냅슛인데요. 자, 우리의 소중한 순간들, 지금 이 순간들을 사진 속에 다 담아봅시다.
3, 2, 1 알잖아 어차피 쉬운 일은 없지만서도 난 네가 있어서 모두 다 괜찮아 사랑은 내게 다른 게 아니고 사진 속 우리의 웃음이다 너의 뷰파인더조차 무너져 자연스러운 움직임 따라 널 따라가 아 이런 기분이 있구나 아 3, 2, 1 shoot
스냅슛 그 웃음 담아내고 봐 너의 모습 그대로 셔터 눌러 다시 필름을 감아 화질 속 너도 벗을래 봐도 너의 미소 한 장의 내 인생을 그대로 슛
스냅슛 너를 스냅슛 나를 네 옆에 내가 있고 너는 내 옆에 있네 지금 이 순간을 담아 스냅슛 스냅슛 라라라 스냅슛 스냅슛 네 옆에 내가 있고 너는 내 옆에 있네 지금 이 순간을 슛
Well, that was definitely a pop song. This song was so fun. To me, it was very like squeaky clean, very much so, almost cartoonish in the innocent sound of it. But I actually don't mean that as a bad thing. I just like how this song very much leans into that cartoonish, innocent silliness, and you end up with a song that just has a lot of spirit and excitement to it. And I really liked Mingyu's rap there. Yeah, and I like how it started off a little bit more upbeat in the verses, such as during his part, and then it adjusts to a slower groove for the rap and the chorus.
3, 2, 1 shoot
스냅슛 그 웃음 담아내고 봐 너의 모습 그대로 셔터 눌러 다시 필름을 감아 화질 속 너도 벗을래 봐도 너의 미소 한 장의 내 인생을 그대로 슛
스냅슛 너를
I mean, come on, this song is so fun. Really great stuff. I'm really enjoying this killing voice, I have to say. Let's move on to the next track.
지금 널 찾아가고 있어.
눈물을 꾹 참으며 두려워 죽어서 너를 찾았어 갈 거야 차가운 네 생각에 일어나 밖으로 나가서는 걷다가 또 보니까 내 마음처럼 달리고 있는 나길 너희는 나는 몰라도 나침반 곱창 따라서 내 맘에 그려둔 지도를 천천히 살펴서
가면 되지 조금 멀면 어때 우리 둘이 이어져 있는 손을 따라서
이름 맘에 새겼단 말할 때 거진
One, two, three, go!
지금 난 너와 똑같은 무엇이든 필요해
Hey!
하지만 나에겐 있지 않으니까 우리 다시 만나자 내가 도착하기 전까지 잘 지내고 있어야 해 지금 널 찾아가고 있어
I quite enjoyed that song too. This one obviously had a slightly rock, sort of a light metal influence with the drum production and the more distorted guitars. The chord progression in the chorus was a little generic, but the energy with which they delivered it made it feel so alive, and just the general arrangement and the treatment of this song, even though it was giving very much like commercial, again, sort of cartoonish vibes. It could be reserved for like a comic book cartoon or an anime or something. I'm still very much about that vibe, and I just like how they delivered it with fun and confidence. It seems they really have their sound down to a science. It's poppy, commercially viable, approachable sound without sacrificing musicality, and I love that because I love pop music, but there's a lot of pop music that sacrifices the musicality for safeness and genericism, and I am totally vibing with the complexities, the subtle complexities that I'm hearing in this music. I have to apologize again for not pinpointing certain vocal traits of each vocalist because each of them is getting so little time to shine, but I might make more of an attempt to do that as we explore the rest of the songs.
네, 다음 노래는요. 저희 세븐틴에게 많은 추억을 만들어주고 또 많은 사랑을 받게 해준 All One 앨범의 타이틀곡 울고 싶지 않아입니다.
많이 사랑해주세요. 원우야, 너 지금 기분이 어때?
울고 싶지 않아 울고 싶지 않아
That's all he's gonna give us? I've been waiting for him the whole time. Oh, my heart.
울고 싶지 않아 울고 싶지 않아 사랑해서 사랑한다는 말이 부족해서 그 어떤 말을 꺼내봐도 너 하나만 아끼던 날
He seems to stand out as a very capable vocalist, I have to say. I didn't know that he could also sing. I was complimenting his rapping there, his melodic rapping, which I guess is singing, but this part is a little bit in a higher range. I would like to hear him belt out of curiosity, but he seems to be very versatile.
그 어떤 말을 꺼내봐도 너 하나만 아끼던 날 두고서 어디 간 거니 내가 싫어 어져서 멀리 간 거니
His voice is very soothing, very clean, great techniques. It sounds so effortless while at the same time holding a little bit of tension for emotional impact, and I love that. You can hear that little bit of tension there.
너 하나만 아끼던 날 두고서 어디 간 거니
It's a little bit tense, but not too tense. It doesn't sound painful, it sounds pained, which is a good thing. There's a difference.
내가 싫어 어져서 멀리 간 거니
And then back down to the delicateness. It's the dynamics that do it for me, and I'm obsessed. By the way, I know this song too. I forget what it's called, but it is another one that I'd save to my playlist.
어져서 멀리 간 거니 장난치지 마 거기 있는 거 알아 나타날 것 같아 만약 기다리자 널 찾아
What an otherworldly voice he has. It's so high and so crispy and delicate. Definitely a really cool contrasting color to have in this group against some of the more darker tones of some of the rappers, etc.
널 찾아가야 돼 가야 돼 지금 울면 못 볼지 모르니까
Yeah, and he is pretty much a really good all-rounder. He's got a sort of fullness and an openness to his tone that is really lovely.
찾아가야 돼 가야 돼 지금 울면 못 볼지 모르니까 울고 싶지 않아 울고 싶지 않아 눈물은 많지만 울고 싶지 않아
Stylistically, that song overall is cute. It's sort of veering more towards the generic simplicity that doesn't appeal to me as much, but it's still a rather catchy song, and I have nothing really against it. I did save it to my playlist a while ago, but it's kind of one of those songs that like you save to your playlist and then decide that you kind of don't want to listen to it that many more times. Even though initially it sounds really good, I don't think it has as much replay value as some of their other tracks. I wonder what this interaction is about. Oh, it's his turn.
네, 다음 곡은 Home이라는 노래인데요. 네, 세븐틴의 좀 서정적인 타이틀곡 중 하나입니다. 이 노래의 가사처럼 이 노래가 여러분께 안식처가 될 수 있기를 바랍니다.
Tell me now 말 좀 해줘 내 안에서
난 네 마음 안에서 발버둥 치고 있어
더 겁이 나는 걸 어쩌겠어 난 너가 없으면 내 마음 편히 기댈 집이 없어 oh, baby. 너를 위해 빌 있어 어찌 보면 조금 어렵겠지만 언제라도 난 여기 서 있어 편하게 생각해도 돼 Cause I'm your home, 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 home Cause I'm your home, 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 home Cause I'm your home, 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 home 네가 올 수 있는 곳 네가 올 수 있는 곳
Another nice song. This one was a bit more electronic, had some dubstep influence. The vocals were, a lot of them were focused on some very high melodies here, very high lines, with a lot of falsetto involved. Some of these guys have very similar tones. The guy on the right here, he seems to me, just from what I've heard in this Killing Voice, to have a similar tone to the guy on the far left. I think that the guy on the right there, he might be a little bit lighter than the guy on the far left here who might have a slightly darker tone. I'm really listening closely to try to identify what makes each vocalist distinct.
네, 이번에 들으실 곡은 여름밤에 가장 듣기 좋은 음악입니다. 우리의 새벽은 낮보다 뜨겁다. 어떻게 보면 세븐틴 같은 제목이죠? 원래 새벽은 낮보다 뜨거우면 안 됩니다, 여러분.
모두 잠든 밤 이리 아름다운가 달빛에 담아낸 너의
Yeah, I do apologize for not having the subtitles on. Maybe I should. I normally don't have the subtitles on, which is why I haven't had them on the whole time, because I kind of like to listen to the music without subtitles, but I kind of want to know what they're laughing at there.
가장 듣기 좋은 음악입니다. 네, 이번에 들으실 곡은 여름밤에 가장 듣기 좋은 음악입니다. 우리의 새벽은 낮보다 뜨겁다. 어떻게 보면 세븐틴 같은 제목이죠? 원래 새벽은 낮보다 뜨거우면 안 됩니다, 여러분.
모두 잠든 밤 이리 아름다운가 달빛에 담아낸 너의 미소가 어두운 밤을 비
Just kind of some silly humor. That was cute though. Maybe it was a sort of a a line that he rehearsed that he kind of flubbed a little bit. That's sort of the impression I'm getting, but it's all in good fun, obviously.
모두 잠든 밤 이리 아름다운가 달빛에 담아낸 너의 미소가 어두운 밤을 빛내 파도 같은 웃음소리 귀를 간지럽혀
전부 벗어나 into the wild 그들 기준에 부합하지만 이 시간을 우리 새벽은 더 뜨겁고 날이 밝으면 the world is ours
저 멀리 불빛 우리의 추억이 되고 넘치는 파도 그 안에 남겨둔 우리 글씨에 서로의 이름을 새기며 오케이 딩고 과정으로 다 같이 우리의 새벽은 낮보다 뜨거워 아침이 올 때
This is a different song, right? Oh no, it's the same song. Okay.
여름밤에 우리를 새기고 다시 찾아올 그때 넌더 찾아줄게 그때 어떨까 찾아자 그땐 그때
This is probably my least favorite song so far. It's a little bit more boring than the rest of them, as it's just kind of there. You can sort of settle into it and enjoy it. And it has a certain emotion. You're going to tell me now that this is like the most emotional song across the fandom, and I don't mean to step all over it. Yeah, just for me, the way that this song conveys emotion is a little bit more cliched, if that makes sense, in terms of the chord progression, but the vocal melodies are actually quite strong. So even in this song, that I find to be a little bit more bland than the rest of the tracks I've heard already, the vocals are still hitting. The vocal melodies are still interesting. They're still creating intriguing moments. Let's just hear some of those vocal melodies again. Da, 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 da. It's sort of creating an angle. You can sort of draw it. Da, 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 da. It's interesting. I just like little jumps, little leaps like that to grab my attention.
Okay, so our next song is Darling. It's
Oh.
our first English track, and it's a love letter to our carrots. So hope you guys really love this song. It's
Oh.
for you.
And stream Darling Darling
So I guess he either speaks English the best out of all of them, or he is from an English-speaking country. Let me know what his name is, where he's from.
And stream Darling Darling
Darling
I want to know from birth type or DNA. First say my feet and worry. Do you babe? Yeah. Be ready for your call.
So this guy with the red hair, he has a beautiful voice, but I'm noticing that every time he sings in this killing voice, there's always sort of a backing track or harmonies going along with him. So I can never really hear exactly what he sounds like because it's always with like supplementary backing vocals. So I'd love to hear just a lovely solo part by him. And listen, I'm sure he has had a solo part already. It's just things are flying by me very quickly here. So forgive me if I get some things wrong, but yeah, love his voice regardless, even though I have a little trouble hearing it here.
I want to know from birth type or DNA. First say my feet and worry. Do you babe? Yeah.
Be ready for your call every night But I can't wait no more
Okay, I think I've identified the strongest vocal in the group, and it's Mr. Greysuit here. Really stunning control, power. The guy beside him with the black jacket is also a very strong all-rounder, but I feel like Greysuit is really the power vocalist of 17. From what I've seen so far, maybe one of the other guys will claim his throne, but that's the winner for me so far.
Sorry darling you
You know without you I'm so lonely. When you're not here, 911 calling. Into your head again, I'm diving. Darling you, baby.
You know without you I'm so lonely If you don't be here 911 calling Falling to you I'm always diving Darling you I see you
Sorry, I was just my mind wandered there a little bit because I was wondering if we had switched to a different song, but apparently not. I just want to listen to this song the whole way through again.
Next song is Darling. It's our first English track, and it's a love letter to our carrots. So hope you guys really love this song.
What do they call their fans?
It's English track, and it's a love letter to our carrots. So
Carrots, interesting.
hope you guys really love this song. It's for you.
And stream Darling, Darling.
Darling.
I want to know what problem, bird type or DNA. First say my feet and worry, do you bet? Yeah. Be ready for your call every night, but I can't wait no more. Darling, you, sorry, darling, you. Hey! You know without you, I'm so lonely. When you're not here, 911 calling into your head again.
Okay, so that's why I was a little confused and I thought we had switched to a different song because that transition is so abrupt and I'm not sure if this style fits with where we just were. Where we just were felt very sort of powerful EDM build up to a drop, and we got a drop, but it's a different drop than I expected, and maybe it'll grow on me over time, but I'm a little unsure of the combining of those two styles there like that.
I'm diving, darling you, baby. You know without you, I'm so lonely. If you don't be here, now I'm calling. Falling to you, I'm always diving. Darling you, I see you, you see me. I care for you, you care for me.
Yet once again, his vocal is combined with harmonies. So what's that about? That's interesting.
I see you, you see me. I care for you, you care for me. We can be all we need. Love me, I won't take you for granted. I'm crazy, baby.
And he's someone who has not gotten a lot of parts at all. Very high pitched, very unique for sure. Could definitely do with hearing him sing more parts.
Be all we need. Love me, I won't take you for granted. I'm crazy, baby. I'ma treat you better. I'ma see you better. I'ma see you better. So honey, now come into my arms, yeah. Kiss me, baby.
Kiss me, baby.
Not my favorite song. I think it's better than the one I described as my least favorite. This one is sort of easy to bop along to, but it's sort of missing some of that musical interest that I was feeling with some of the other songs in this set. I was quite into the initial build where the vocals were distributed between the red-haired guy and grey suit. I really felt like we were going somewhere, but then we just dropped into this cozy groove that was cute but not as interesting to me. I was sort of looking forward to a more powerful moment, but we got a sort of more cozy, comforting moment, which is fine if you're into that, but I feel like they have stronger tracks for sure. Let's keep it going.
아, 너무 잔잔했다. 아, 다시 올려야 되잖아. 여러분, 분위기 한번 끌어올려 볼까? 오케이.
G-I-N-G, oh make some noise,
여러분 준비됐다면 손에 볼날 때까지 박수. 준비됐어요? Come on. 박수. DK. 오케이, 에스쿱스 질 수 없잖아.
지면 안 되지.
먼저 보여줘. 박수. Seventeen right here.
괜찮아. 이런 일들 많잖아.
This is the sort of energy that I would more associate with them.
꼬일 대로 꼬인 일들 주머니에 폰인 줄.
You hear those orchestra hits there? Pretty fun.
꼬인 일들 주머니에 폰인 줄.
그다음에 카드 잔고가 없을 때 이럴 때 yeah 일어나 내만 집 가기 전에 비바치 한테만 일어나시고 눈 깜빡하면 주말은 가고 이거 왜 신나다 싶으면 이리 모였다
지금부터 손에 불날 때까지 박수.
짝짝짝짝 이때다 싶으면 쳐 박수 짝짝짝짝.
Wow, his singing voice is so good. But he's been relegated to sort of more deeper parts, some rapping, which is great. He's a good rapper, but I really liked the clean vocal line he just did.
이때다 싶으면 쳐 박수
짝짝짝짝 come on 정성의 예를 언제
Yeah, I could do with more of that, to be honest.
부면 쳐 박수 짝짝짝짝 come on 정성의 예를 언제 우리끼리 신이 나자 이 노래 끝까지 쳐 박수 짝짝짝짝 우 짝짝짝짝 우 짝짝짝짝
Okay, so my crush finally got some more parts there, although I suppose he's a bit more controlled as opposed to in control when he sings. He's a bit more conscious of his singing, like he kind of wants to get it right, you know. He's concentrating a lot.
이 노래 끝까지 쳐 박수 짝짝짝짝
Yeah, like he's working the camera really well, but it's feeling a bit stiff is all. While the guys around him are moving around so energetically. That song was fun. I think a lot of the vocals in this one were really strong. Some great moments. The main chorus hook is a little repetitive, but we are going back more to that more trademark energetic 17 sound with this one, so I really liked it.
오케이 왼쪽 준비됐어? 오른쪽 준비됐어?
Left and right. 여러분 암만 길이 아닙니다. 바로 왼쪽 오른쪽 왼쪽 오른쪽.
하나 둘셋 I run up 누구의 말도 안 들어 그 말을 들어 어쩌고 저쩌고 시끄러 시세
우리에게 필요한 건 달콤한 내일이잖아 행가래 하늘 향해 roll 달리고 달려봐도 너같이 언제 앞질이 나고 달리는 것만으로도 충분하다고 그럼 뭐 어쩌라고 안 뛰는 것도 방법이라고 아무렴 어때 하하하하 숨어만 더 하하하하 이곳에 결승선을 넘을 때 세레모니 시원하게 goes right left and right left and right left and right rip it left and right left and right left and right rip it let's go 기분 좋을 땐 걱정 없이 더 확실하게 follow me goes right left and right left and right left and right rip it
That one was good. That song gave us a lot to pay attention to. Definitely a catchy chorus, very repetitive. But you know what? I don't hate it. It's an interesting hook, and I like how they varied it a little bit by adding some harmonies to the tail end of the chorus, which makes a big difference when keeping my interest personally. I loved the groove of the verses and how varied it sounded. Like, his rap at the start was crazy.
암만 길이 아닙니다. 바로 왼쪽 오른쪽
하나 둘셋 I run up 누구의 말도 안 들어 그 말을 들어 어쩌고 저쩌고 시끄러 시세
우리에게 필요한 건
Like, you just can't help but groove along to that, you know, and he really sold it to me.
내일이잖아 행가래 하늘 향해 roll 달리고 달려봐도 너같이 언제 앞질이 나고 달리는 것만으로도 충분하다고 그럼 뭐
And that part is just nuts. Like, just crazy stuff. So clean, right on the beat, on rhythm, on point, on pitch, just on.
그럼 뭐 어쩌라고 안 뛰는 것도 방법이라고 아무렴 어때
And you know, with him, I think he has a really cool tone that's a little bit sort of mid to low. Because I feel like a lot of the voices are either high, super high, or really low. And his is a sort of cool, like mid-low tone that complements the sound well. But for some reason, he's not been given a lot of parts in terms of the line distribution, and I feel like that might be hurting his confidence a bit when performing the parts. Could just be me, that's just what I'm getting from it, because obviously if he could be given more parts, he could get more used to just jumping in and nailing it and giving a smile or something. But he's very cold, he's very almost stoic in the delivery of the parts, and I think his demeanor is actually very charming throughout this performance, if his role is to kind of just stand at the back end look good and sort of be a hype man, and that is fine. That's all good. If that's what he usually does, I have no problem with that at all. But I guess when it comes to performing his parts, I'd like for him to shine a bit more, you know, and not look like he's trying to be so eager to get back to his spot as soon as possible away from the mic, because you can sort of tell he's not really excited to be at the mic. He's kind of like, all right, I'm here, I want to get back to my spot now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 그럼 뭐 어쩌라고 안 뛰는 것도 방법이라고 아무렴
Just completely disappears into the mist. He sort of reminds me of Peniel from B2B in that he's the member in this performance that is standing out to me as not as comfortable as the other members in this setting, and perhaps deserving of more parts that he can practice so he can really shine at his craft. Now, if you want to prove me wrong with some performances of his where he absolutely eats, then I am completely open and looking for those suggestions.
아, 아쉽지만 마지막 곡만 남겨놓았네요.
오케이 오케이.
올해 가장 뜨거운 곡이죠.
가장 뜨거운 곡
세븐틴의 정규 4집 타이틀곡 하! 들려드리겠습니다.
도겸아 가보자.
밤이 오는 날 하늘은 붉은색 모든 세상에 빛을 하나 듯 밝아주세
벅찬 심호흡과 리듬과 your vibe 맹태양의 내를 걸어봐
따라오라고.
Isn't this a cover, or this is an interpolation of some song? That sounds so familiar to me. What is that from? It could be just kind of one of those melodies that sounds familiar even if I haven't heard it before. But let's just go back a little bit there and start from the beginning.
밤이 오는 날 하늘은 붉은색 모든 세상에 빛을 하나 듯 밝아주세
벅찬 심호흡과 리듬과 your vibe 맹태양의 내를 걸어봐
따라오라고.
우리는 dropping like hard, hard, hard
어제가 feeling so hot
이 노래 burning like hard, 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 hard
Of course it sounds familiar. I've saved the song to my playlist. I know this song. I've heard it many times. This song is pretty good.
우리는 drop like hot, hot, hot 어제가 feeling so hot Yeah, I'm running too hot, 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 hot
Let's get it 강을 향해 불 붙여라 아주 뜨겁게 태양을 향해 불 붙여라 뜨거워 이 노래 Everybody dance Come on
Damn. That song goes so hard. I think I remember thinking that the bridge in this song is really strong too. So I'm kind of bummed they didn't do the bridge, but not surprised since it's just clips and it's a killing voice. I liked this guy's performance in this one in particular. Where is he? He was really good in this song. It's just a song that has a really nice, dirty groove going for it. And I listen to a lot of music when I go to the gym, and this is one that I've played a lot at the gym because it just has that sound. It really moves you forward.
Everybody dance Come on
There's some good harmonies there too. You know, you have the da 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 da, and you also have the da 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 da. It's a great combo.
네, 세븐틴 감사합니다.
Thank
you. 저희 핫 많이 사랑해주세요.
사랑해주세요
친구 사랑합니다.
Oh, okay. It's the last song. Aha. I know this one too. This is a funny screenshot to stop on.
어떤 사랑은 말해줘 연애는 연애뿐이라고 그걸로 끝이라고
그렇다면 시작점이 끝이 될수
연애뿐이라고 연애는 연애뿐이라고 그걸로 끝이라고
그렇다면
It's just sort of amusing there. Mingyu sort of doesn't know what to do. Yeah, a lot of them are just kind of vibing along. They've sort of not rehearsed this part. Far left rubbing his nose, that's pretty funny. There, yeah, and there's Mingyu. It's very, very loose, very casual, not rehearsed carefully. I like that. I like that.
그렇다면 시작점이 끝이 될 수 있게 너로 시작해 나로 끝낼 수 있게 넌 잡은 두 손에 원처럼 우리 끝이 없네 상황 forever 우리 둘이 forever 첫사랑은 아니로 진단 말은 믿지 않기로 해요 익숙한 속아 잃지 않았으면 난 서로가 우리라는 말이 지켜질 수 있게 진지한데 뜬금없지만
Pretty silly song.
길이 너무도 짧아요 내일 이 시간에 또 만나요 DRNGO 딩고 Killing Boy 17 콜라보레이션
네, 저희 세븐틴 정규 4집 앨범 타이틀곡 핫 많이 사랑해주시고요. 저희 세븐틴 킬링 보이스도 많이 사랑해주세요. 지금까지 세븐틴이었습니다. 네, 세븐틴 감사합니다. Thank you, 딩고.
안녕 DRNGO 딩고 바이
Cool. Sorry, my cat's meowing.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is one of those songs that's a little all over the place, but it serves very well as an ending song because of the high energy, the chaos of it. And I love their delivery of the group vocals in this one. At the very end, the harmonies were amazing. Such energy from all their voices combined. That's the kind of energy I was missing from the Manse chorus that I talked about at the beginning. So they definitely nailed this track at the very end. It was a great finish, good energy. It really felt like an encore, really felt like they were satisfying us, closing it off and going out with a bang. Yeah, that about concludes my analysis of 17's Killing Voice. I really enjoyed this one, discovering some new songs and discussing some tracks that I have listened to for a while. I do apologize if I didn't give some members as much attention as others. I did my best to point out everything that came to mind. You know, sometimes the line distribution in these songs can be a little weird, so it's hard to really pick out vocal parts that stand out from the rest, but I think I addressed everyone in some capacity. Maybe I could have discussed the two guys on the very far right and far left a little more. I felt like they only kind of got brief little verses here and there, which made it hard to sort of pick them out and talk about them at length. So if you guys have suggestions for songs where those two are featured a bit more, I'd be open to hearing those too. Yeah, and this Killing Voice is probably the one where I've also been the most flustered. But you know what, I'm just gonna keep it profesh, okay? I enjoyed this. These guys are very fun to listen to, fun to watch. I can totally get why this was a popular request in the comments. Definitely a really strong Killing Voice performance. Could be one of the more entertaining ones I've seen. There's lots of ingredients going into this one. Different flavors that every member is bringing to the music. I don't know how this group could manage to last for so long. They're a few years old now, I think. You know, obviously they would be bound by a contract to some extent, but that's a lot of people to be together, I'm sure, in a lot of cramped spaces and plane rides and tour buses and stuff, and to have to get along and live with each other and make art together and enjoy it. So I'm really curious about their chemistry with each other in terms of being friends or co-workers, or how close some of them are, if there's any tension between them. I'm sort of intrigued in the dynamic there too, just because there's so many members, way more than I expected. Not as much members as, what's that group called? Triple S. Yeah, there's a 24 member girl group that is on the scene now, which kind of blows my mind. Definitely will be interesting to see if they have longevity too. So yeah, big groups, what's the deal with that? How do they work? Apparently very well, if we go by this Killing Voice. So that's about it from me for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my analysis. Please like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell if you would like some guaranteed reactions. I offer them on Patreon as well as through my shop. The links are in the description. Have a good one. Thanks so much and take care.